So my car has been rarely driven for the past 1 month. A lot of issues happen, especially there's a lean bank issue, P071, and also a misfiring issue on cylinder 5. So actually when we did a study, we went to 3 different workshops, where the first workshop did a diagnosis, mostly trying to resolve for the firing issue, and then suddenly lead it to the fuel issue, which doesn't solve the problem at all, where the car actually became worse. So then I took the decision to transport my car to my regular workshop in SS19 Subang Jaya. So then when just transported the car started normally, but there's a clanking issue. So when we diagnosed, this is the problem with the diesel valve. So we replaced the diesel valve. Okay. Then we also replaced the ignition coil as well as with the spark plugs, because we noticed that we might be leading to a misfiring issue related to the firing mechanism. So we done that. At the same time, there's a problem on the MAF sensor. We detected another problem at the MAF sensor. So the MAF sensor failed, then we changed the MAF sensor. Also doesn't resolve the misfiring issue on cylinder 5. Then a mechanic opened the intake manifold and inspect that there's a lot of carbon build up at the injectors. So he did some cleaning and also cleaned my intake. Still no problem solved. So he tried to diagnose again 3 to 4 times, and then unfortunately the problem is not resolved. So the misfiring issue still happen, especially when kicked down, where the car doesn't change the gear and stuck at 5,000 RPM. Okay, then I did some of my own digging, I did some own research that it may lead to a catalytic converter issue, where there's a clog in the catalytic converter. Because when I did another test drive, there's a rattling sound at the catalytic converter side. So it's on the right side. So definitely it's not the intake or the firing issue anymore. Okay, then I bought some headers, catless header, and then did the replacement. Did the replacement at ANC Motorsport like yesterday, and then finally when they remove the header, we can see that there's some debris on cylinder 5 where there's a lot of dust. So it confirmed that dust from the cats, so it's a clogged cat. Then we replaced with the new header, and then now the car performs way better than it's supposed to. No more misfiring, and also kick down problem solved. So now the car also back on track. Sounds better, although it's it's a China header. I just don't really mind about the China header, but as you can see here, it's a catless header, but it performs great. So, but of course, because it's a China header, it requires some modification, especially to the steering rack. There's a lot of things that need to be modified. Then yeah, a lot of things has been modified, comes with cost, and also an expensive journey to understand what is actually really the problem of the car. So we fixed the misfiring issue, not only with the ignition related, which is the coil and also the plugs, the intake lean issue, which is the diesel valve, as well as the MAF, and also the misfiring can also be leaded by a clogged catalytic converter. So we changed that. So of course, rounding out, a lot of costs incurred in less than a month. There's a lot of things happen and also it comes with a price, but definitely it's a new lesson that I learned, where I suspected that why my MAF failed eventually, because the clogged air from supposed to be an outlet emission came back into the combustion chamber and came into the intake system, where it causes the MAF sensor to have lean reading and a lot of things problem. So it's an expensive journey, but it's a worthwhile to understand that misfiring is not only related to the ignition system, but as well as the exhaust as well.